We're going to start by laying out some Rouse matrix banners ready to load balloons.
The first technique is one we call simple, because it's just a pair of balloons, a series of pairs that we're going to load. And the first we need to do is to take and turn this very first opening down. You take the center of the balloon that I have here and put it right on that. Now if you just roll that over like that, it's just going to be too big and squished too flat to go in the hole. But if you press down the table and pinch it from the two sides, you see, and then pull the framework out and then roll it into place, you can get it to go in fairly easily. Even though the first balloon is the most difficult, the first row is the most difficult, and after that it gets easier and easier as you go. One of the things you'll want to watch for is the neck of the balloon. You want to turn that knot down where it's tied so that it lies right against the strap when you roll it down. Next one you do the same kind of thing, only now you have additional help. You have the first balloon in there to push against. So you can push against it, squeeze the balloon, and then pull up the opening and just roll it down into place. Then it gets a little bit easier as you go. Then I like to take and do a little bit of what I call a side technique and roll it almost sideways as you squeeze the balloon. Then you can just do it, roll it right in, roll the next one right in, and you're on your way. Then we'll take and do it again, and one more time on this row. By the time you get to the third row, things are getting a little easier, except this first one, it's kind of out in the air, so it's a little awkward, but you can do it too. Just roll it right into place. The next one, bring up the next pair, and then it just gets a little bit easier and faster as you have a little practice and you have more balloons against which you can push to help load it in place.
It is simple, isn't it? Roll pairs of connected balloons into adjacent openings.
Now I want to demonstrate with you the first of two techniques that uses the double-ended balloons, the ones that have a neck where it's inflated and tied on one end and that have an extension on the other end that we've tied together to create a double bubble. This is what we call the easy technique because it's so simple, so easy to use that we've had young children, 8 years old or even younger sometimes, and a 94-year-old neighbor who do it with ease and create successful results. You will be able to create successful results too with the easy technique. This is another one that is original and proprietary and patented exclusively for use with the Rouse matrix systems. So if you decide you want to use it with something else, contact me for a license. But otherwise, why not take advantage of using the world's best canvas for your balloon imagination with the easiest technique in the world for loading balloons and produce results like this that are just so simple and easy that you'll want to maybe not let your neighbors or your customers see you use it because they'll think they can do it too. And they probably can. So we'll just roll the first balloon through. The balloons automatically center themselves and you have a nice strong display. It has the advantages of being a double layer and therefore stiffer and stronger than the single layer techniques, but without having to use two frameworks. It's not quite as strong as a strong system, but it's easier than any of the other systems for someone with no skills to pick it up and use it successfully.
That really is easy, isn't it? Just take that Rouse double bubble, roll one of them through each of the openings in your display, and you're done.
What we'll do is take a pair of balloons, only this time, that first one, we're going to take and put the balloon on its side instead of on the tip, and lay it flat on this piece, put it on its side, and just roll it and stand it right straight up. So that first one is here. And what you want is you want the strap of the balloon to be around the fattest part of the balloon. So wherever it's fattest, that's where you want that strap to be. Then we'll take the second pair, do the same thing, just roll it right in. And the third one, we'll simply slide it right in place. And we can go along here for that same set of 6 balloons long that we did in the first demonstration. 2, 4, 6, and then we'll take and do it again. And we'll take this one and roll it into place, turn it vertically, take the next one and just slip it right in there too. Now we have these other balloons to push against, and it's a little bit easier as we go. Now it looks kind of silly with all these balloons waving in the breeze like this, doesn't it? But it has a purpose, and we're going to show that to you right now. What we'll do, we're going to take a second matrix that's just like this one, In fact, we're going to orient it the same way. I don't know whether you can see there, but we're going to take that little R that's in the upper left-hand corner. We rotate it 90 degrees, and we're going to lay it right on top and pull that first balloon up through there, again, to the fattest part of the balloon. And do the same thing on the next one. And we can just work our way along here, sliding these balloons up into place inside of the matrix, one right beside the other. Well, it is kind of important to make sure that the balloons are standing straight up when you put them in, because whatever angle you set for the first pair or the first few is how the rest of them are going to line up. You just do it naturally, and you can come back and massage it to get them at even heights across there. But since this is about 20 times as thick, this is 1/4 of an inch and this is much larger, then it's about 20 times as strong or stiff when you go to build things with it. Plus, it also gives you a space in here that's empty, so you can slide rods or poles or lines through there in order to give some extra structure for hanging it or for standing it on a base plate with a vertical pipe that's hidden inside those layers. So it makes it stronger. It's very simple, easy kind of a technique that we use, but since it's so strong, we call it the strong technique.
Well, how do you like that? An easy way to make your balloon display 20 times as strong without heavy rigid framing.
A fourth system, we call it the fast system, or speed graphics. We'll use a string of double-ended balloons that are tied together end to end and simply roll them into place one right after the other. The first balloon, as with the other systems, is the most difficult because you've got to get it started. We'll just put it down, roll it into place. It automatically stops when your neck of your balloon reaches a strap, and you can roll the second one. But unlike the duplicate, now you can just keep right on going. And the advantage you have is that all the balloons are anchored on both ends to another balloon to help them stay into place. And yet, because they're lined up, you don't have to worry about picking the right pair. Once you start a row and set it at the beginning place that's proper, then all the balloons will be in their proper sequence, and it saves you some time on that part. Once you get going and get used to it, get a few rows done, you can move even faster. In this example, I'm loading balloons into an American flag at almost 1 balloon per second. That's better than 3,000 balloons per hour. We could complete this whole flag in about 5 minutes.
Now that is fast, isn't it? Just practice so you can learn to roll that string of balloons in at top speed. Later videos will have more valuable information, so be sure to watch them also. But for now, you have the basics of the Rouse patented fast technique.